Hey everyone, welcome back to She Learns Video. I'm Kelly, and today we are talking all about adding video to any photography session. So this is going to be great for photographers and really anyone looking to book a brand session. So if you're a business owner who's thinking about getting brand photos or brand video, here are some ways to incorporate video and reasons why you really might want to think about including video in your next session. All right, photographers, this topic is near and dear to my heart, as this is really how I've built my business and set myself apart. By utilizing video in my sessions and for my brand, I have been able to help myself stand out as a business owner and really just take my business to a different level by being that go-to person for both photo and video. This is something that will truly revolutionize your photography business, and if it's not something that you're already offering, it's definitely something that you should start exploring. Even by just starting small, like creating clips off of your iPhone, making those behind the scenes reels, this can have a really major impact in the success of your business. Okay, so first we're just gonna go through some reasons that you might want to add video to your photography business. Number one, it's gonna help you stand out from the crowd. So I'm here in the Indianapolis area, and there are so many talented photographers in my area, even just on the north side of Indianapolis. And I feel like by adding video to my business and to my offerings, it has helped me to stand out as different and as somebody who offers a different service than just the traditional photographers. I also feel like the next reason is that it adds a better service to my company for my clients. So all of my clients at this point, 2024, are looking for some element of video. Even my family sessions, they love to have those behind the scenes clips or just something they can share on their Instagram. It's really nice and gives people the ability to connect with you in a different way and share your services with their friends and their family. For all of my brand clients, this is something that almost every single call I have with a potential brand client, they're looking for video. If they're coming to me, they're gonna get photos, but they are looking to get a brand video from our time together. I have also had people come to me and say, hey, we inquired with this individual for brand photos and they let us know that you also offer video. We wanted to explore the potential to work with you. And while that really makes me excited, the other side of me is like, why isn't this other person offering video? It's something that they can start small with and really work their way up. I think that right now, especially if you are a brand photographer, there is no excuse to not start learning video and learning how you can surprise and delight your clients with the power of not only great brand photos, but awesome video content. The last reason is that if you're a photographer who's looking to make more income, and really aren't we all, you can make so much more income if you're making video content for your clients. I used to work with a ton of photography clients in order to make a great income each year, and now I have dialed back the number of clients that I serve, and I provide a better service by providing both photo and video. It gives me the ability to pour into those clients and to make more money throughout the year. To be completely honest, within 2 years of offering video, I had quadrupled my income. So if that doesn't give you reason enough to start adding video into your services, I don't know what will. Okay, so now hopefully you're convinced that video is important and you need to start exploring the possibility of adding this onto your sessions. First up, you need to start by learning video. Okay, so listen, we're not gonna cover learning video in the full extent because A, that's hard to do on a podcast or a YouTube video alone, but B, I have a course for this. So if you're a photographer who's interested in adding video to your services, definitely go over and check out the video Jumpstart at shelearnsvideo.com. It's a course that walks you through the entire process of going from I offer photos only to I now offer photo and video. It is 5 modules and it walks you through everything from like gear and settings to storytelling and how to add this to your business. Okay, so for the sake of this video, this podcast, we're gonna assume that you've learned how to shoot video in some capacity, you feel comfortable with your camera, or if you want to just start offering this as iPhone content. I know right now content creation is just such a huge element of many people's businesses. Maybe that's the route that you're gonna take. Here is how you can start incorporating it into your sessions. So first up is behind the scenes and iPhone content. I think that this should be a no-brainer, something you're doing at every single session, creating video content with your phone. There are so many different tools you can use. You could have somebody come alongside you and film some content utilizing their phone. Pretty quick and simple to get that added on. They also have mounts that you can put on top of your camera. You can shoot video content there. You can kind of stop and start. So say, hey, I'm gonna shoot some photos, I'm going to shoot some video content on my phone, go back and forth. That is really a part of my workflow. So to kind of jump into the next step here is my video and photo workflow. I tend to find a location for my client. So if we're shooting family photos, maybe I'll, put them on a blanket in a field. If there's a brand client, maybe I'll put them at a desk working. I'll take the photos that I need for the client to deliver them. And then I will flip over to video and I'll shoot some video clips. And I make sure that I'm, moving my body around, getting a variety of different looks, all while my client is in one location. So that way I can kind of go back and forth and between the two mediums and make sure I have the client in that location on both photos and on video. A lot of people ask me all the time is, how do you shoot photo and video with one camera? Well, after doing this for so long, you get really comfortable flipping back and forth between photo and video. But if you're just getting started, use two cameras. Set up one camera, maybe your primary camera for photo, use it as you normally would, and then have your secondary camera, your backup camera, set up to shoot video. And again, if you need to know what settings to use and how to hold the camera, how to move the camera, I cover a lot of that in my video Jumpstart course. I also have some YouTube videos I can link here, and I'll drop them in the podcast description as well. But this will give you hopefully some confidence to move back and forth between those two cameras. You can also feel like, you don't need to be thinking about switching the settings between the two different cameras. You've got the two set up. You can move, even have them on a holster, have one in one hand, one in the other, and go back and forth between those two so that you can capture both photo and video. One thing I like to keep in mind when I'm adding video into a client session is with photo, it doesn't matter if they're moving, if there's any type of movement. Honestly, sometimes movement can be bad. It can create motion blur. With video, you want that. You want some sort of movement in your film at certain points. Obviously, you don't want to be panning and tilting your camera throughout the entire film, but having people walking through the frame or interacting with each other. This movement is important for video because video content obviously is a moving medium and you need to have that movement in the film. If you just had somebody staring, smiling at the camera, that would be a little bit awkward. So make sure if you are adding video into your session that you're incorporating some sort of movement. I also feel like adding movement into a session can make people a lot more relaxed, especially with a brand session where they're the only one in front of the camera with headshots. So getting them moving can sometimes create better video, but also better photos. So I do like the element of having both mediums captured and utilizing movement to relax your client and engage them and hopefully capture the best quality content. Okay, so once you have shot the video content at your session, you're going to want to edit it together. I encourage you to edit as soon as you can. So maybe this is the day after your session or even the evening after you've shot the content. The quicker you go into edit, the fresher it's going to be in your mind, which will allow you to edit faster. You're going to know what content you already have to pull from, and it will help you to put it together in a timeline quickly and easily. It does take time to learn video editing. I feel like for me, that's been the process that's taken the longest. Obviously, getting your camera set up, learning how to shoot, learning how to move the camera is something that you need to invest time in the beginning. But the video editing, it does take a little bit more time. You will get better with practice. I encourage you to continue to practice, to edit your own films, and keep it simple. Keep it quick, simple, easy. You will really make your clients happy with quick, simple videos, especially ones that can be utilized on social media. Right now, we're all just looking for content. I feel like everyone's desperate for content. As a business owner, you're constantly trying to come up with ideas on what to share and having those clips of you working behind the scenes. So even little clips and little pieces of content that you can share with your client is going to make a huge, huge difference. And then I've said it before on podcast episodes and in videos, but just-in-time learning. So learn what you need to know to make videos for your clients just in time for you to produce them and put them out there into the world. If there's something that you get hung up on, like, I don't know how to change the size of this video, Go to YouTube, click over to She Learns Video, see if we have content on it, and learn what you need to know just in time for you to create successful quality videos. That's not to say that I don't think you should invest some time in the beginning to learning the process of how to shoot video, how to edit, but I don't want you to get hung up in the learning without the doing. I think you need to be doing, you need to be practicing shooting, you need to be practicing editing, and the more and more you do it, the better and better you're going to get and the quicker you're going to learn. All right, so now you know how to shoot video, you feel comfortable getting it captured at the session and putting together an edit. So how do you start selling this to people? I encourage you to start small. So start with clients that you already know. Ask them if at their next photography session, you can start integrating a little bit of video, see what they think, get their feedback. If they're cool with it, then do a quick clip, do a quick edit, deliver that. That can be a nice surprise, make them happy, have them share it. Really find clients that you feel like are active on social media who are going to get your name out there as somebody who offers photo and video. You could also do model calls. So put this out in your email newsletter, see if there's clients out there that would be interested in having some video captured at the next session, or potential clients who are looking for some video content, and do a model call, get more experience, feel confident in your skills. Once you feel confident, and I'm not talking like I'm an expert, I know all the things confident. I'm talking like you feel like you're producing a pretty quality product that you can start charging for. That's when you need to start charging. Do not devalue what you're doing. You're shooting video, you're recording it, you're editing it, you're putting it together. This takes time and you need to be paid for it. All right, so as far as integrating it into your packages, I think there's a few ways you can do this. The first one is to make it an add-on option. So when your clients go to book photos, they have the option to add video on to their service. So that way you go in knowing, hey, I'm shooting both photo and video, you're prepared, and you know what they expect as a deliverable. The other option is that you can shoot the video as long as like you have their permission. Say, hey, I'd love to capture a few video clips of you. If you like it, it's something that you can download afterwards. And then you could upsell that later. Personally, I like it as an add-on where they pay upfront and they know what they're getting as a deliverable. I know what I have to produce as a deliverable. But if you feel comfortable doing the upsell, that's also an option that I've seen done and I've seen done well. The other option I think that you can start, at least in the beginning with, is doing it more as a surprise. So making it something that you say, hey, here's a quick bonus clip I did for you. And this should be something quick and easy. When you're doing like highly produced films, they should be something that your clients are paying for on the front end. And honestly, I can't tell you what to charge for this service, but I do encourage you to consider the hours that you're spending on learning video, editing video, and producing these films for your clients, and be sure to value your time. You should be charging more for video services than you are for photo. This is something that I want to be a moneymaker for you. I don't want it to end up being a time suck. And I feel like if you're going to take the time to learn this and do it well, you need to be paid for it. Okay, so for my business owners, here are some reasons why I think you should add video onto your photography or your brand photo session. If you are a new business owner and you're putting together a website, having that video content on there is really going to help your SEO. So when someone comes to your website for the first time and they see a video, they're going to stay on your website longer to watch the video. That helps your search engine optimization because the longer people stay on your website, the higher Google will rank you. It also gives you the ability to tell your story in a different way. So people get to know you and like you and trust you by hearing your voice or seeing you interact with other clients or seeing the work that you've produced. And all of that can be told really well through a story in video. The other reason is content. You know, having that social content right now is so valuable, and having just these little clips of video that you can splice up and, you know, put in the background of an Instagram story or utilize for a reel as you put text on top of it, those are so valuable. I know every client I work with, they take the full brand film we split it up into a bunch of little clips that they can pull from. And you have this bank of not only brand photos, but brand video that you can continue to use throughout the life of your business. All right, I hope that information is helpful. If you are interested in adding video to your photography business, definitely go check out the video Jumpstart over at shelearnsvideo.com. And if you're a business owner who is interested in booking a brand session with video incorporated, I would love to work with you. I am happy to travel wherever you are. And if you're interested in working with me, please reach out. You can contact me on my website or via email. Lastly, I hope these tips just encourage you to explore video as a possible option for your brand session and for your photography business going forward.